So this is a Coachman Vision 576, going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. The hitch up procedure, jockey wheel and handbrake, we'll go through in person here on site. We've got a gas bottle connected up so we can just demonstrate everything's working. There's a reverse thread fitment that goes into the bottle just here. Gas valve on top of the bottle and your gas regulator up on the bulkhead. On either side of the van at the front you've got your wind down legs just through them black holes, and that will allow you to wind the legs up and down on the van. You've then got your Truma heating flue for the gas systems on board the van, which is actually the same as the flue you've got on the side of your house. Your water pump connection going into the aqua roll, very simple to connect. You've got the blue tab on the pump there. You'll pull the blue trigger backwards on the bottom part of it, and you'll either push it into the side of the van or pull away to release from the van itself. The pump end itself actually drops into the aqua roll. You've then got your battery box and your mains connection lead coming into the caravan. So as you can see, we're fully connected to power to demonstrate how the van works. Battery terminals are just inside the box with the caps on there, and they're a 12mm spanner when you do connect your battery. The wheel nuts will be torqued before the caravan leaves site, so you can see they have been tightened correctly. The tank that you see here is a 3.5 litre flush tank for the toilet system, so it's not like your household toilet where it fills back up from the water system on board from inside the house. So you actually have to put 3.5 litres of water in here and a cap full of the pink fluid, which is essentially a cleaning fluid to clean the toilet bowl as you flush it. Below that you have the toilet waste cassette itself. The orange handle at the bottom allows you to release it from the van so you can pull it out. The orange neck that you see just there is the waste neck, so you actually tip the waste away via the neck, and the grey cap on there is a measure for the fluids that go into either of the tanks. Before you use the toilet cassette, you'd have to put 1 litre of water into it and a cap full of the blue fluid. The blue fluid is to break down any waste that is inside the cassette. On the back of the caravan, you've got your 2 wind down legs again to stabilise the caravan while you're using the van. As you can see here, we've only got one down for the purpose of handover. You'd set all 4 legs down, but you'd never lift the caravan with the 4 legs on the caravan itself. On the door side of the van, you've got the 2 fridge vents here, and they're essentially the heat, they're basically heat vents, so the heat doesn't build up behind the fridge unit, and also one of those has got a gas flow behind it, so the gas escapes from the fridge unit. You've then also on the front of the van got your other wind down leg. We go inside the van now and demonstrate to you how the inside of the caravan works. We've actually got everything connected up and all the water heating on, etc. And the heating inside the van so we can demonstrate it in operation. Control panel above the door, you've got your master power switch, which you need to turn on before you do anything. You've then got your lights, your awning light for the outside of the van, your water pump run, and your voltmeter for the battery on board. So the first thing you're going to do is, once you've got the aqua roll and the power connected on the outside, is you're going to go underneath the seat on the right hand side of the caravan, and you'll notice there's 2 yellow valves on the floor. Now them 2 yellow valves are drain down valves, so essentially you can drain all the water off the caravan when you're not using it. The reason you do this is if you left water in the system and it froze, like it may do over the next few days, it could potentially freeze and crack open the water tank and the pipe work on board the caravan. So them 2 valves, when you want to fill the water system, need to be parallel with the floor as they are at the moment. And if you were to drain the water system down, you need to have both of them pointing towards the bottom of the seat. To fill the water system though, like I said, once you've got these parallel with the floor and you've got your aqua roll connected on the outside, you'd come over to the taps on board the caravan, which at the moment you'll see has already got water in the system. But before you fill it, you'd open all the taps up on the hot side of the water system. So as you can see here, as you can see, I've got water coming out the taps. So you'd open the tap on the shower and the sink in the bathroom also. Once you've got the taps open, you'd come over to the control panel above the door and you turn on the water pump switch. As you can see, it's on at the moment. That's what the red light is indicating here, and it is operating as it should. Once the water system is full and you've got water coming out of every tap on the caravan, as you can see here, you can then turn off each tap and that will be the water system full. You don't need to worry about bleeding the cold side of the water system, because that will automatically pull water off the tank on board. As you can see, open up the cold side and it's ready to go. It's just the hot side you need to bleed, so there's no air in the hot water tank down at the front of the van, so it doesn't warm up air and burn out the element inside the tank. Once you've got the water system full, you can actually start warming the heating system, the water system, and the heating or turn on the heating inside the van. To wake the control panel up, you'll press the central button, and the first option you're going to come to on the control panel is the heating for the caravan internally. So you'd press the button once that icon is flashing. So let me go back, sorry. So when the icon is flashing, you'll press the central button here, and then you can go into the option for the heating. So you can spin the control here to where you want the heating to be. So for instance, 25 degrees. You'll press the central button, and that will set the heating for the caravan itself. To go over to the next option, when you've got it flashing here, the next one across is the water heating. You'll spin the dial until that next one is flashing. You'll then press the central button again, and then you can control the water heating for the caravan. We've got 40 degrees of water temperature, 60, and boost. Now, depending on what you're going to do with the caravan, if you just want the water to be warm so it's ready to go for when you do decide to have a shower, etc., you could have it on 40. If you want the water a bit warmer for washing up, etc., you can set it at 60. And if you wanted to have the boost on, so when you're showering it warms the water up a lot quicker, you could set it to boost by very simply selecting the power or selecting the option you want, whether it be off, 40, 60 or boost, and press the central button again to set the heating or the water temperature you want to use. The boost is a timed boost, so it will stay on for around 30 minutes. I'm going to turn that off for now so it's not running for too long on boost. The next option that you see here to the right is the power supply you want to use for the heating and hot water. So we'll click the button. As you can see at the moment, I'm running it currently on a mix of gas and electric at the same time. But this is 2,000 watts of power, the 2 stands for, that is coming into the caravan. If you're on a site with 1,000 watts, you could select the 1,000 watts with the gas. Gas on its own. Electric 1, 1,000 watts of power on its own. And electric 2, 2,000 watts of power on its own. And again, to select the power supply you want to use, you press the central button, and that will set the power supply you're using. I can spin the dial around to the right again. You'll notice it starts flashing the fan symbol, which is essentially the blown air heating system on board the van. So you've got eco or high. And again, to set that, you very simply select the one you want to use and press the button. Down the bottom here, you've got a timer for your heating and hot water, to set the clock on board the caravan, and some options that is mainly for the engineers, but there is some in there that you may need to read a bit about in the manual. The same as for these two here. If I tried to explain these to you in a video, it would take me around 2 hours to do the video. Next thing I'm going to show you is the grill working. So I'm just going to have to put the camera down for a second. Hopefully I can do this in such a way that you can see everything. There we go, so that's your hob ignited. Obviously I can't really show you the electric ring working. The only thing I can show you is the red power light coming on to indicate that it is actually heating up. Next up we'll go to the grill, which will ignite up again just to show you it's all working. So that's your grill ignited. And then again the same with the oven. And again, you can select the temperature on the dial on the front, like you can with your household cooker. Next up, we're going to go to the fridge. So you've got power on the left-hand side here. You've then got your power supplies coming across the front. So you've got gas operation. It will self-ignite on gas. If it failed to ignite on gas for any reason, it would actually bleep at you and also flash the gas symbol icon just here. The indicators that you see here are the temperature the fridge is warming up to, and you will notice that the screen will go black to save power when it isn't, or when you've set the temperature, etc. To change the power source you want to use, you'll press the grey button and hold. It will start flashing the icon, then you can use the arrows to the left to select 12 volt mode for when you're towing, so the fridge will work as a cool box. Or you can use 240 mains here. As I said, the 12 volt symbol is a 12 volt supply from the car you are towing with and not from the caravan. To select the power supply you want to use, so let me do that again, press and hold the grey button, press the grey button to set it, then once the temperature on the right hand side is flashing, again you can use the arrows to set the temperature. To select the temperature you want, again press the grey button and the fridge will kick in on the mode you've asked it to. The last thing on the inside of the caravan I'm going to go through is the toilet system in the bathroom. Obviously I've explained to you from the outside how the water system, how to fill the tanks, etc. The toilet itself has an electric flush, so you'll press the blue button here to flush the toilet. And then down below the toilet you'll actually see a grey handle. The grey handle there is what essentially you use to open up the waste flap so the waste goes down in the cassette under the van. You push that handle across towards the wall and that will allow this flap to open. The toilet itself actually turns for your convenience, as you can see here. However, when you are emptying the waste cassette from underneath the van, or in the side of the van, you'll need to make sure the toilet itself is pointing straight towards the toilet roll holder. The reason for this being is it actually has a lock system, so if the toilet is turned, you cannot remove the cassette from under the caravan so you don't create a mess in the locker. Shower, sinks, etc. all work like your household items. If you have any further questions on the Coachman Vision 576, please do give us a call here at the Caravan Company and we'll be more than happy to help. I hope you enjoy the caravan and we look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you. Bye bye.